Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session. I'm Nivedita, Domain Head of Web Development, Developer Student Clubs of Andhra University. In the previous session, we learned about CSS and HTML. In today's session, we'll implement what we learned. I suggest you guys to code along with me, so by the end of this session, you will have a web page ready. I'll present my screen now. Can someone confirm me if it is visible?
Yeah, Nivedita, it is.
Yes. So the first thing which we are going to do today is we'll create a new folder and we'll name it as our first website. For today's session, to code, I'm using a text editor called VS Code. How to install VS Code and how to get started using VS Code for web development, I will teach you. I will update the link in the chat box. You can access it. How the VS Code looks. After opening the folder, we'll create a new file and we'll name it as index.html. And for adding styles to this website, we'll create another file called as styles.css. Let's head back to index.html. What I'm going to do is, I'll go to Bootstrap starter template. Because the Bootstrap starter template has the CDNs of Bootstrap. So having Bootstrap involved in our code will make CSS to be done easily. So it already has predefined classes. So it makes the code more attractive and easier to understand. I'll copy the Bootstrap template, starter template, and place it in my index.html file. This .html file is where our HTML code is going to be, and styles is this we are using external CSS, and here we'll code all the styles for our web page. The title for this website, I'm going to give it as first website. Guys, the chat section will always be active. If you have any doubts, either unmute yourself and ask, or you can post them in the chat section. The web dev team will be clarifying all your doubts. So the starter template is ready. VS Code just a minute, guys. Sorry for the glitch, guys. I'm back again. Yeah. So VS Code has this extension called Go Live. What this extension actually does is, once you code here in this editor, when you press Go Live, it directly takes you to how the website actually looks in the browser. Just a minute. So what basically we are going to do today in today's website is we'll have an about section. We'll have a section which tells us which will tell us about our skills. The last section will be the contact us section. So let us first code the about section. We'll go into the body. Here in the about section, we'll give a class. We'll give a div tag with a class top row. We'll have another div. Class called, and here we'll have our about me mention. Um, so let us we'll first align this about me to the center. So for that, we actually used here Bootstrap CDN, right? Here we have the Bootstrap CDN. So because we already have the Bootstrap CDN, we can use Bootstrap classes and it will be rendered to our web page. Yesterday we discussed about flex and different CSS properties. We are basically implementing them here. Now we have our about me in the center. Let us add some styling to our about me section. The very first thing which I'm doing is I'll target all the elements in the code and I'll make sure all their margins, padding, I'll make sure all the margin and padding are defaultly set to 0. Now this and the box sizing is border box. I don't think this will be visible because yeah, we need to link the styles.css page here. So for that, I'm gonna take a link tag. And then for this link tag, I'll put my reference to be styles.css. After doing this, what actually happens is the external styles.css will be linked to our index.html. So all the styles which are coded here will be applied on this index.html. After this, let's go to styles.css again. And now we will target our top class, and we'll add styles to the top class. So we'll understand how actually the top section looks. I'm going to use a background image for the top class, and I already have few images stored. So I'm just going to copy that image. We need to set the sizing for this. Let us first set the background size. The background size will mostly be covered, so it will cover the entire visible area within that region. Yeah, it is doing. Let's give it some height and width. So width, let me just 1100 for now. We'll see to it. And then for the height, let us give some 400 pixel. Okay, so we need to increase the width. Let us have the width some 1250 pixel. A little more. Let us give it some 1270 pixel. A little more. I'll just give it 1280 pixel. Yeah, I think this is sufficient. So now after this, let me just go back to index.html. So this is the nav section, and now let us increase the height of about me. Let us go there and change the font size to some 60 pixel. Okay, this should be fine. And this is not exactly in the center. Let us align. Let us text align center. Should complete the section. Yes, we did the section. Now let us go to the move forward to the next section. The next section is where you will have your skills listed. So let me just go to give another class for this. I'm calling this class web.middle. I have two partitions here, the middle left, and in this middle left, you can add your profile pic using the image tag. I already have an image taken from the internet, so I'll just paste that down here. We'll see how this is looking. We need to style this. We'll do that in a moment. After the image tag is done, we'll be done with the middle left section. And now let us go to the this will be the middle left div. Now let us have another div which says middle right. In the middle right, let us have some nice introduction about ourselves. Like maybe hi there. And then have a small paragraph which says, hi, I am, you can write your name here. I'm a web developer. And I'm passionate about something like UI designing. We'll just see how this is looking. Probably it's coming somewhere down. We need to put this here, so this will look like your profile pic here and some text about you here. So yeah, let us just and okay. Along with this, let us mention all our skills also. And for the skills, what I'm doing is I have buttons where each button will be specified the particular skill you have. Like for example, let me take this. And for this button, I'll have it as C. Likewise, just let me copy paste this. And then another one, and another one, another one. So here let me have C++, and then here let me have HTML. Let me have here CSS and Bootstrap. And then let me have another one which says JavaScript. This is how it's gonna look. But then all are in blue color, right? We'll change the color. So primary here is a Bootstrap class which says blue color. And then we have danger, which is red color. And then we can use warning, which is orange. Then we can go with success, which is green. And lastly, dark. Let's see how this is looking here. This is how it's looking. So now we'll just go to the styling part where we can style it. Styles.css. We did the top section, right? Now let us go to the middle section. When I'm targeting dot middle, I'm targeting the entire middle section. The entire middle section means both the middle right and the middle left. So here I'll use display as inline flex and height about 400 pixels for the container. We'll just see here. What inline flex actually did is it made sure that both the sections are aligned side by side. And this height is the height which I specified earlier as 400 pixels. And now let us target this middle left, this icon, so that it will be more attractive. Middle left, and because it's an image tag, I'm targeting middle left image. It's middle left image. I want to have the image as a circular crop image. So let me give the border radius as 50%. That will make the image round. This has to be edited more. Okay. And the height to be some 200 pixel and the width to be 200 pixel as well. This should set this up. Yeah, it did. It is round. First, then what are we going to do? We completed the middle left image. Now we'll target the middle right, our section where we mentioned our skills. Let us give this some margin around 80 pixel. Let's see. Okay. So this looks good. So yeah, once this is done, let's go to our index.html again. Here we need to set this up in the center, right? So for that, we'll use our middle left. Here we'll give it a margin of 80 pixel. Yep, this looks better. So here you can just have your photo, and here you can mention your name and give some text. And then your skills. I just made sure I added few skills, so you can add what all you know. We completed 2 sections. Now let us have another section. In this section, we'll give our contact. We'll have our contact section. Here, let us have dev.contact. So we can have our contact class. And here, a h1 tag. Our h1 tag will be, let us have it contact me. After this, let us go to the, yesterday we discussed forms, right? So instead of me typing again, I'll go back to W3 schools and I'll copy paste forms. So here we have a first name and we have a last name, and I also want to add some text area so you can send some message. So let us have a label. Label for text. and I'll give it this message. What this BR actually does is it goes to the next line. So after message, it goes to the next line. And in the next line, because I need some text area, I'm using the text area tag. And I'm giving it the ID text. With the name text again. And I'll specify how much rows and columns. So I'll take up 4 rows. And columns is 50. After this, I'll give another break tag so it goes to the next line. And after this is done, we need a button to submit it. So for that, I'll use button of class again, btn success. So btn is a bootstrap class, and success gives that button a green color. And this is of the type button. And what this button says is send. Let's go and check this out here. So there's the contact name. Let's head back to its CSS so we can give it some styling. Here we'll target our contact class. This actually needs some padding, and because it's plain white, we'll add a background too. And most importantly, we need to align this to center. So for that, first we'll align the text to the center. Yeah, it's aligned to the center now. After aligning it to the center, let's give it some padding. (20 pixels). After padding, let us give it a background image. Earlier, we used a link. We used a URL to give it a background image. Now we use a CSS property which says linear gradient. So what this linear gradient does is, when you give a linear gradient and you give some RGB values, okay, these are the colors which I already took. 166, 290. This will be my first color. Then I'll go with white. Then I'll have another color, which is another shade of blue. How this actually looks is, this is the gradient it's providing, the first shade, the second one, and the third one from top to down order. You can also have it from left to right or right to left by mentioning here the first argument as left to right or right to left to show the order how it is going. So after the background image, let us check furthermore additions. Let us adjust this height a bit. We have our height contain, and then the font size too. We have font size is 1 REM. This is how it looks now. The about me section, the hi there and my skill section, and the contact me. After this, let's give it 1.5. Okay, this is more good to go. After the contact me section, let us have a small footer section. So in this footer section, this will be after the div. Let us have a p tag where you can write need with. Yesterday we saw how we import icons from by using the CDN of font awesome. Today what we'll do is we'll just copy the item directly from the browser. So you can just go here, find a heart, this heart. Here you can see how it looks. After this, I'll give a break. And what I'm going to do is, I will add the CDN of font awesome. Just let me go and get the CDN of font awesome. Just a minute. I'll place this font awesome here in the head section. And now go back to my footer here. What I'm going to do is I'll take a span tag and now I'm gonna import font awesome icons here. You'll see that now. Let us have GitHub now. Just copy this and paste it here. And what more we can add? Let us take another span tag. And we can we'll add LinkedIn. I'll just take this line and put it here. This should work. We'll see. Here. So if you want to have icons in your website, I'll recommend you to use Font Awesome because certain browsers may not render these emojis. This one I only told so that you will understand it, but I don't recommend you people to practice it. Now after this, we need to adjust the CSS for this footer section. So let us head back to our styles and let us target our footer section now. In the footer section, we need to give the display as flex. So that you have everything in one line. Let us increase the font size too. and give it some padding at the top, around some 2-3 pixel. I'll give it some 3 pixel and check it out. This should be fine. After this, it needs to be in the center, so let me just justify the content in the center. It's in the center. So big. It looks so. It's so white, right? Let us give it some background color. Give it some background color. I think I'll go with this one. But we already used this, so wait a minute. I'll just. Let me check this out, how this looks. It's almost mixed. Let us have a bit darker shade. So guys, this is how the end website looks once done. Let us change this made with love to white color so it looks more visible. Here. So guys, in this website, what we actually did is we took 4 different div sections, and in the first section we used it to tell about ourselves, and then here you can post your photo here and your some information about you, what you want to tell, and your skills here. This looks more colorful, and Bootstrap always gives it a unique look. And the contact me, where you can have your first name and last name, and the text area here. So this text area is expandable, and then you can send it. To send it, we need to do the backend part also, but right now we are only doing the styling part. And for this made with love, this is the footer section. Let us give some padding to these icons. Let us give it inline because I just see. Also, what I'm going to do is I'll go here and target the I tag directly. And I'll give padding as 2 pixel. I think this will be sufficient. Let us give some 4 pixel. This is sufficient. So using HTML and CSS, we made a basic website, which is all you can add JavaScript to for functionality. So that is how the website actually looks. In case you have any doubts, I'll be active in the chat section. You can unmute yourself and speak to. I'll clarify you any doubts regarding what we discussed in today's class. Let us add another CDN. How about changing the font style? We can use Google Fonts. Mm. I'll use the Ubuntu one. Take the style. I'll copy this link, paste it in the head of the index.html file. And now I'll go to my styles, target body. Why body? Because I want the font of entire web page to be Ubuntu. If you want any particular section, you can target that particular section and do that. And the most important part is we have to include the CDN of font awesome. Here I'll copy the CDN of font awesome. So once this is done, wait a minute. Once this is done, the Ubuntu font is applied to the website. I think we covered all the topics which we discussed in HTML and CSS, and we also did few more topics like we added bootstrap classes too, like BTN is a bootstrap class and primary success are all bootstrap colors. And then we used row, deflex and all here for our about me section, and these are all bootstrap classes. So bootstrap actually makes our website CSS easier. So they already have all of the classes predefined. So we only have to just add it here. Do you have any doubts so far, guys? The code for the website will be provided in the Discord server. We will be active till 7:10. And if you have any doubts, you can either unmute yourself or post it in the chat box. We'll all be there to clear them.
So guys, in today's session, we'll learn how to build a pretty simple and clean website. So in tomorrow's session, what we'll be doing is we'll be adding responsiveness to this website such that it will be visible in every kind of screen size, and also we'll be hosting it on our GitHub page so that you can just share that link with your friends and they can access it from anywhere.
Okay, guys, seems like no one is having any doubt regarding it. So thank you for attending the session. Do join the tomorrow session so you can learn how GitHub works and you can deploy the web page which we created today. Thank you all. Thank you for attending. Good day. You may leave now.